Welcome back everyone. In this video we're going to discuss cubes and cube root. We'll be discussing a very interesting pattern that these cubes follow. So without any further ado, let's get started. Just like squares means anything to the power 2, okay, we have already discussed x square means x into x. Like for example 2 square is nothing but 2 into 2, which is 4. Similarly for cubes we have x to the power 3. Instead of to the power 2 we have x to the power 3, and the meaning remains same. So x to the power 3 means x multiplied with itself 3 times. So x into x into x, which means 2 cube is nothing but 2 into 2 into 2, which is 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. Similarly 4 cube is nothing but 4 into 4 into 4, which is 4 4s are 16, 16 4s are 64. And 10 cube, which is 10 into 10 into 10, which is 10 10s are 100, 100 into 10, 1000. We may also have cubes of negative numbers such as minus 5 cube. So again the meaning remains same, that is minus 5 into minus 5 into minus 5. Now minus minus and minus, so minus minus plus into minus is definitely a minus, okay, and 5 5s are 25, 25 into 5 is 125. So we see that cube of negative number is negative, unlike for the square. For square of negative numbers it is always positive, but for cube of negative numbers it is always negative. That is the point of difference between square and cube, okay. Similarly minus 4 cube is nothing but minus 4 into minus 4 into minus 4, minus into minus into minus, so again minus. 4 4s are 16, 16 4s are 64. We may also have cubes of fractions. For example 2 by 3 whole thing cube. This simply means 2 cube divided by 3 cube, okay. So 2 cube is nothing but 2 into 2 into 2, and 3 cube is nothing but 3 into 3 into 3. So 2 cube is 8 and 3 cube is 27. We may also have cubes of decimal number such as 0.4 cube, which is simply by definition 0.4 into 0.4 into 0.4. We will not be following this method though. We will be using the method that we used to find the squares of decimals, okay. So if you remember, first write down the number divided by 1, followed by after point we have one number, so 1 0, okay, whole thing cube, which is something like this. So it will be 4 cube divided by 10 cube. So 4 cube is 4 into 4 into 4 divided by 10 into 10 into 10. Now 4 into 4 into 4, as we see from here, it is 64, and 10 into 10 into 10 is nothing but 1000. So divided by 1000, which is 0.064. Let us look at this one, negative fraction, okay. Now this is very important. Remember that this negative sign is only with the numerator and not with the denominator, okay. So when you cube, only numerator will have the negative sign. So minus 3 cube will be minus 3 into minus 3 into minus 3, and this is 4 cube, since this minus is not with 4, so 4 into 4 into 4. Now minus 3 cube is minus 27, and 4 cube is 64, so 27 by 64. Let us now discuss the pattern followed in cubes, okay. Before we discuss this, let us recollect the pattern followed in squares. So if you remember, 2 square could be written as 1 plus 3, okay. The number is 2 square, so that's why 2 numbers. Similarly 3 square could be written as 1 plus 3 plus 5. 4 square could be written as 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. That is, all the numbers will be odd, and the number of odd numbers will be determined by the base. So here it is 4, so 4 numbers, 3, so 3 numbers, 2, so only 2 numbers, okay. Similarly in cube also we have a pattern, but it is slightly different. Now this is 1 cube is 1, which is 1, okay. This doesn't really matter. Let's start with 2 cube. Now we know that 2 cube is 8. Now can we find out some number, okay, similar to this series such that we get 8? Yes, it is obviously 3 plus 5. Now remember that these numbers are consecutive odd numbers, okay? 3 plus 5. Now also notice that, like here, all the sequences or all the series started with 1, but in this case it may or may not. Like in this case, 2 cube is 3 plus 5. Now 3 plus 5 is 8, but obviously we see that this is not 1. That is, it doesn't begin with 1. What about 3 cube? 3 cube we know is 3 into 3 into 3, which is 27. Now can we find 3 consecutive odd numbers such that when they are added we get 27? Okay, those numbers are actually 7, 9, 11. Now we see that since the number has increased, even these numbers have increased. Okay, if the numbers increases, the sum becomes slightly more difficult. For example, 4 cube. Now 4 cube is 64, which is 4 into 4 into 4. So can we find 4 consecutive odd numbers such that when they're added we get 64? It is actually 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19. Now if you try to guess these numbers, or if you go for hit and trial method, that is add some random odd consecutive numbers to get 64, it will take some time. Okay, so let us try to think about some method. To figure out the method, let's work out with the easiest one first, that is 8. Okay, now we know that 8 has to be divided into 2 consecutive odd numbers such that their sum is 8. Okay, so let's take 8. Now we know that we'll have to divide it into 2 parts, so let's just divide it by 2. Okay, now 8 divided by 2 is 4. That means the numbers that we have to find are close to 4. Okay, since there are just 2 numbers, it will simply be 3 plus 5, that is 4 minus 1 and 4 plus 1. For 27 we have to divide it into 3 parts, so 27 divided by 3 is nothing but 9. Okay, that means the middle number will definitely be 9. Okay, so simply it will be minus 2 minus 2, because only if you subtract, sorry, minus 2 plus 2, only if you subtract and add you will get the consecutive odd numbers. So 7, 9, 11. Okay, let's see the 4 cube, which is 64. So 64 has to be divided again into 4 equal parts. So let's divide 64 by 4. Now 64 by 4 is 16. So we know that the numbers will be close to 16. So simply you subtract 1, add 1 to get these two. Okay, 16 minus 1 is 15, 16 plus 1 is 17, and obviously its previous consecutive odd number will be minus 2 and its next consecutive odd number will be plus 2. Okay, now we do not know for 5 cube, so let us try this method and see if it works for 5 cube. Now we know that 5 cube is 125 and we have to divide it into 5 equal consecutive odd numbers, right? So 5 cube, so 125 divided by 5. Okay, and if you cancel you get 25. Now we know that means the middle number is 25. So 25, so this has to be 23, this has to be 21, this has to be 27, this has to be 29. Okay, you may add these numbers and you will see that you will actually get 125. So actually this method can be broken down into 2 types. One, if you have even numbers, even number of spaces, and if you have odd number of spaces. Okay, so here we have 2 spaces, so even. Here we have 3 spaces, so odd. So when you divide for odd, the number will be directly placed in the middle. For even, the number will be in between the 2, and minus 1 and plus 1 give you the middle values. Okay, so this is how you actually find out the blank spaces. This part is not required for this video. So let us now jump to some numerical problems. Let us do the first question shown on the right hand side of your screen. It says find the value of the following cubes. Okay, so the first question is 60 cube. So how do you find 60 cube? It is simply 60 into 60 into 60. Now please understand this, that you don't actually have to multiply 60 into 60. There's a trick that you can use. You can ignore these zeros and simply multiply 6 into 6. Now 6 into 6 is 36, and there are 2 zeros, so just simply add these 2 zeros. Again into 60, so multiplied by 60. Again, you don't have to multiply these zeros, just simply copy them. There are 3, so 3. 36 into 6 is 216. So it will simply be 216,000. Second one, which is minus 9 cube. So we know that it is simply minus 9 into minus 9 into minus 9, minus minus plus minus minus, and 9 nines are 81. 81 into 9, 729. Okay. The third one is minus 2 by 3 cube. Now we know minus 2 by 3 cube means minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2. We know that this minus sign remains with the numerator, and in the denominator it is without the minus, so 3 into 3 into 3. Now minus minus plus, plus minus minus, so minus. 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27. The next question is 3.2 cube. Now first of all, we'll have to convert this to fraction. We know that. So 3.2 can be written as 32. First of all, write the number without the decimal, so it will simply become 32, which is 32 divided by 1, and how many zeros? After the point there's just one number, so 1 0. So it becomes 32 by 10 cube. Now you can do this 32 into 32 into 32 by 10 into 10 into 10. Okay, but we will not do this because we can cancel, right? We can cancel by 2. 2 16s are 32, 2 5s are 10, so which will simply become 16 into 16 into 16 divided by 5 into 5 into 5. Now 16 into 16 is 4096, and 5 into 5 is 125. So this will become 4096 by 125. Let's see the next question, which is 3.2 cube. Now we know that first of all we'll have to convert this into a fraction, so it will simply be the number without the decimal, that is 32 divided by 1, and after the point we have just one number, so it will be 1 0. Okay, so now you can cancel this. So with 2, if you cancel, 2 5s are 10, 2 6s are 32. Obviously you can do it like this also without cancelling, but why we cancel is because the number becomes smaller. So 16 into 16 is 4096, and 5 into 5 into 5 is 125. Let us do one more question shown on the left hand side of your screen. So it says, looking at the following numbers, state which of them are perfect cube. So number 1, this is the number. Now we know that in cubes we have to make a group of 3. So let's make a group of 3. This is one group. Now we can see that this 0 is left out and it cannot be placed in any group. Alright, so we can say that this number is not a perfect cube root. Okay, let's do the second one. So again a group of 3, so 1 2. Now we see that all the zeros have been placed in one or the other group, so this is definitely a perfect cube root. Let us now do the question shown on the right hand side of your screen. It says, write the unit digits of the cube of the following numbers. So the first number is 387 cube. Now we do not actually have to find the cube of 387, we just have to find whatever the cube of this number is, what is its units digit. Okay, so multiplying 387 into 387 into 387 would just be a waste of time. So what we should do, we simply have to find the cube of 7. Okay, that is the last digit. Now 7 cube is nothing but 7 into 7 into 7. 7 into 7 is 49. 49 into 7 is 343. Okay, so 7 cube is 343. What is the last digit? 3. So definitely the last digit or the unit digit of 387 cube will be 3. Let us do this question shown on the right hand side of the screen. Find the odd numbers to be added to get the following cubes. Okay, so here you'll have to fill it up with odd numbers such that you get 12 cube. Now we know that since the base is 12, so the number of spaces will also be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, and if you remember the trick requires us to find 12 cube. So let us find 12 cube. 12 cube means 12 into 12 into 12. Now 12 into 12 is 144 into 12. So 12 fours are 8, carry 4, 12 fours are 48, 52, 2 carry 5, 12 ones are 12, 1728. Okay, so it is simply 1728, and we'll have to divide 1728 into 12 part. So obviously we know that we will get 144. Okay, 1728 divided by 12 will be 144. So 144 will be somewhere in the middle, that means here. Okay, now it will not be here or it will not be here, because we know that since there are even number of gaps, okay, there will be two mid values, that is this one and this one. So we will place just in between, that is this. So this number will become 143 and this will become 145. That is, if you remember, -1 and +1, and you can fill it up the rest. So it will become 147, 149, 151, 153, 155, and reverse -2. This was +2, this is -2. So 141, 139, 137, 135, 133. You may check whether this solution is correct or not. You can use a calculator or you can add up all these digits. With this, we conclude our part 1 of cube and cube roots. Please practice as many questions as possible. If you have any doubts, drop it in the comment box. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, everyone.